Hello. Hello. Hello, guys. Okay. Everybody's in the waiting room right now. So if you're watching the replay, where should I be looking? Should I be looking there? Whoa, whoa. I don't know where the camera is. If you're watching the replay, okay, I would fast forward it probably 3 or 4 minutes, and you are going to get some awesome value from the very best team builders in the business. So if you're hanging around with us, okay, let me play around with the good old technology. So 1 second. Where is the meeting room? Where is the meeting room? It's on here. Let's go on here. Okay, 1 second. One second. Okay. We gotta let people in. 1 second. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Can people hear me? Is that Sarah?
It is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very loud.
Very loud. Too loud?
No, just all right.
No, just all right. I love that. I love that. Who we got? Let's give. We're on record already, guys. But give me some. Charlotte, give me a wave, Charlotte. Hello. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Karen. Hello, Kim Jones. Is that the Kimmy Jones? Or is that another Kim Jones? If it's the Kimmy Jones, you know why I'm calling you Kimmy Jones. We've got Lisa Burrows.
Hey.
Hello, Lisa. We've got Alison. We've got Wendy. We've got Misty. We've got 2 Misties. We've got Sarah. We've got Kirsty. I hope everybody is good and well. But everybody can hear me. That's the main thing. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's all good. All good. If you don't mind making yourself mute. Just playing on technology. It's 8:59 where I am right now. So for you guys, that is, for most of you guys anyway, that is 7:59. And I plan to get started about 9:03. Okay? I'm just juggling the technology. We've got Lisa on the call. We've got Tash Day is just logged in. We've got Sarah.
So we need to keep washing our hands when we get to work. Keep wearing our face coverings in shops.
Guys.
Keep making space when we're out and about. And now we're indoors more, we should let fresh air in to help blow COVID-19 away. Let's keep doing all we can to protect each other and help stop the spread.
So it's 9 o'clock on my watch. So I'm going to give 9:02, and then we are going to kick off because your time is valuable. And this is actually my bedtime, guys. I'm actually in bed at 9 o'clock. Call me granddad. I'm 36 on Sunday, and I go to bed at 9 o'clock. But I do get up very early, which I love. I love getting up early, getting motivated in the morning. And one thing I've learned about being in business is that you've got to provide your own motivation. So if you're feeling down and out, it's your responsibility to change that. So that's always my key. Let me try it.
Where do babies come from?
Just a minute, guys.
Why are my parents so annoying? How do I approach an egg? How do I change?
I don't know what somebody's watching in the background. It certainly sounds interesting.
Where did that grey hair come from?
Keep going. It's good old English Coronation Street, I think. Is it? Maybe? All right, love. I don't know who it is. Okay. Okay. Admit. Can you still hear me? Yeah? Yeah, still hear me. Okay, we're on 9:01, guys. I'm like that irritating guy who, he's just trying to fill in a spot on like a pantomime interval or something. So so on record. Okay, bye-bye. We got people still logging in. We got people from America tuning in tonight. We got Aussies. We got an Aussie there. So let's give these people 1 more minute to go, guys, and we will get started. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. Oh my God! Who? Hands up! Who got a Baby Yoda last night? Oh, who loves Star Wars? Who doesn't love Star Wars? But who got a Baby Yoda anyway? Now we all get very pantomime-ish here now, aren't we? So 9:02 on my clock. Here we are. We got Amy Osborne. She's tuned in. At last. At last. I'm just muting people as I go along. Okay. You know what? It's about 30 seconds to go, and I am going to get started in about 30 seconds. Boom. Everybody can still see me and hear me, yeah? Nod your head. Yeah? Nod your head again, Lisa. Can you hear me? Okay, because my phone went on screensaver. Okay, 9:03. Let's get started. Oh my God, guys. Super motivated and super pumped tonight. You know what? I'm actually really, really jealous of Lisa, Sarah, Amy. Unfortunately, Danny's not here tonight. Tash Day. We've got Amanda Dela Cruz stepping in for Danny tonight. I'm actually really, really jealous of all these guys because these get to share with you my favorite subject of all time, and that is recruiting. And I'm really glad these guys are doing it because I could stick around here for 3 hours and talk about the power of team building, the power of building your business. And one thing I love about team building is you're building your own community and you get to help other people. I'm sure you're going to hear the golden nuggets from all these guys, and you might think, what's he talking about? This is all about building my business, not about helping other people. Yeah, but there's no better satisfaction than finding out other people's goals and helping them achieve them. And I've seen by team building this business, it builds your self-esteem because you're helping others build their own self-esteem. Now, I've looked at the lineup tonight, and I am not just saying this, guys. Really, I'm not just saying this. You guys have the top 5 recruiters in the whole company speaking to you right now, okay, sharing tips with you. I've worked with every single one of these guys. Amy is a fine example. I remember Amy. Amy to me is like, even though I think we're around the same age, she's like my Scentsy daughter. I've seen her from like this size as the lead consultant who couldn't really recruit that much to somebody who brings in between 10 and 15 people in 1 month consistently. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you by giving that example is, I remember Amy when she first joined. She wasn't that confident. She was out of her comfort zone, but she's gone on to build an incredible business like all these other guys have who are joining you tonight. And these guys are in your position. And I want you to be inspired by these guys. We are here today, me and Alexandra, because we became committed to becoming team builders. And it's not just about team building. Yeah. It's about helping those people who you bring in reach their goals. And what people don't get about this business is the more people you help, the more your business grows. Yeah. The more people you help grow their business, your business automatically grows itself. And there's no better combination than helping other people achieve their goals and achieving your goals at the same time. But it's all about everybody else and what they want. You're going to meet recruits who just want to earn a few £100 a month. So you work with that recruit to achieve that goal. Yeah, we're in a world now where I've got a friend. I might have shared this on the last Zoom. I talk so much on these Zooms, I can't remember. Okay, but I've got a friend, and he's a fireman. Yeah, he lives in England, which is pretty relatable to a lot of you guys on here. And his wife is a nurse. They have 2 children, fireman and a nurse. Society says that, by the way, excuse the classical music in the background. I'm just getting my dog to sleep here. Okay? So society says my friend has a respectable job and his wife has a respectable job. And he's talking to me about money, loans, mortgage payments, and how he's short at the end of the month this time last year. This is before any coronavirus or new recession sinking in. And he told me he's about £200 or £300 short once he's paid his mortgage, once he's paid his bills, once he's paid for the kids' clubs, he's £200 or £300 short every single month. And that is common. You know, if you're in a job now and your husband's in a job, why did you join Scentsy? Maybe you were a bit short of that extra £200 or £300 per month. So that is what a lot of people are looking for. So we have an opportunity where we can offer something to bring that extra goal in. And you might be thinking, but I want to recruit rock stars, and I want to group absolute rock stars. It's true. Yeah, you can recruit rock stars because you'll have people who are ambitious who join you, or you'll have people who want to earn £200 or £300 a month. And you know, this is my female lady anyway, my wife. You know, once the lady spends £200 or £300 a month, they then want £500 a month. Then they want £1,000 a month, and then they want £2,000 a month. You know, that seems the way it rocks and rolls. That is human nature. So don't be scared. If someone gives you a small goal, work with that small goal. If someone gives you a big goal, work with that big goal. But that is what all recruiting is all about. It's all about helping other people become better and reaching their goals. And something I want to share before I pass you over to these rock stars, you don't want to hear me banging on. You want to hear me bang on? Go to YouTube. I told you, recruiting is my favorite subject. I could give you probably a 24-hour Netflix viewing of my recruiting videos on YouTube. I love it. I just love it. But what many people say to me that they find it difficult to recruit. Yeah, they can sell. What's that saying? They can sell sand to the Arabs, but they find it difficult to recruit. So I'm just going to give you some simple tips on recruiting. Yeah, we sell an awesome product. One of the main benefits of Scentsy is it's flame-free and it's child-free, and that is a big benefit why people like to buy compared to an ordinary candle. So you sell on benefits. Yep. So all you've got to do is shift your sales technique of benefits to a recruiting technique of benefits. You got to find out what people want. I can see Chantal de Jong on the call right now. So I need to find out if Chantal's interested in joining my team, what she wants. Do you want to earn an extra few £100s? Do you want free holidays? Do you want something for you? Or you've just got new babies and you want to feel a bit of independence for yourself? You know, I need to find what Chantal wants and then sell the benefits of the business to Chantal. And that is how simple it is. Yep, so that's my little tip number one. And my tips are so simple. Golden nuggets. We got a new team member join our team today. 10 years in this business. Oh my God, I love bringing in new team members. Okay, it's not just sitting back and chilling out and, you know, telling everybody else to go and recruit. We have to lead by example. And oh my God, we love leading by example and bringing in new team members. How did we bring in this new team member today? Same as we brought in many new team members. Okay, she was a customer. She was a customer, and Alexandra just said to her, have you ever thought about becoming a consultant? Now, over the last week or so, we probably asked about 20 customers, have you ever thought about becoming a consultant? And they've all just ignored us, but we kept on asking. And you'll find that recruiting is a numbers game. Oh, I'm just muting a few people here. Recruiting is a numbers game. And finally, someone said, yeah, I want to become a consultant. And boom, they joined. So that is the magic. You've got to ask. You know, these rock stars are going to share some great value with you guys. But ultimately, you've got to ask. You know, think about it. Those guys who are married on here. Okay, if your husband didn't ask you to go on a date, or you didn't ask your husband to go on a date, would you have gone on a date? Probably not. Okay? Because it's the same in business. You've got to ask. And one thing I always tell people, and Lisa's probably heard this so many times from me, yeah, if you ask, somebody might say no to you. Oh my God, they've said no to you. Okay, so I want you to take a step back. You're running a business, you're building a business, so don't take it personally. But I want you to look around. Somebody said no to you. Is your husband still alive? I believe so. Are your children still alive? I believe so. Are you still alive? I believe so. It is not going to kill you or anybody, somebody saying no to you. Yeah? Remember, you are offering them an opportunity. Yeah, it's not about you. You're offering that. And if they don't want to take it, hasta luego, amigos. You know? If they don't want to take it, that's absolutely fine. But as long as you offer it. And I always say that if you don't offer this opportunity, you're being selfish. Yeah? If you don't offer, for example, let me use Amy as an example. It's 9 o'clock at night, so I'm never thinking really straight. I'm really good in the mornings. I know Amy has been on an all expenses paid cruise. She's been to Mexico, all expenses paid, and she's been to Marco Island, all expenses paid. She was due to New York, all expenses paid, but we know all about New York this year. And Amy's our front line, but she didn't join us. But let's pretend Amy is our front line, and we asked her. Okay, she's our front line now. She was brought in by somebody else. Okay, if I didn't ask Amy to join or share the benefits, Amy would not have gone on a cruise. Amy would have not gone to Marco Island for free, and Amy would not have gone to Mexico, all expenses paid, for free. Amy also wouldn't be staying at home. She might be, but not with her Scentsy business. She wouldn't be staying at home with Scentsy looking after her child, okay? Because she wouldn't have had the opportunity to earn well over a full-time income. Yep, Amy lives in France. Amy, if you compared Amy's paychecks to an average French paycheck, it's times 4, times 5. Yeah, Amy would not have had that opportunity if someone didn't ask her. So when you think about it, don't be nervous for yourself. Say, if I don't ask this person, you know, they might take this opportunity and run with it. It might be a savior for them. It might take them from depression. It might take them away from their full-time job. And if you don't ask them, they don't have that opportunity. If they want to turn their nose up at that opportunity, that is absolutely fine. Yeah, but as long as you've asked them. And trust me, the more people you ask, the more people are going to join. But anyway, 2 big tips for me. But I don't need to share anymore because we've got some rock stars joining us right now. So first of all, between these guys, I posted it earlier, and excuse me this number. Between them in 2020, these people have recruited 330 people on their top line, personally sponsored between them. Yeah, this is not some kind of amateur donkey race. This is top of the range, sharing top nuggets with you guys. So take on board what they say. I know every single one of these guys individually. And if you reach out to them afterwards, they're going to tell you to go away. No, they're not really. They are some of the nicest people you're ever going to meet. So if you need to reach out and ask a question, feel free to ask them, okay? Because that's what we do in this team. That's what we do in this business. We ask people. So first of all, we've got Amy Osborne in France up. And Amy, one thing about Amy is she's recruited 47 people this year. And I want to share something about Amy, okay? 47 people is a lot, is a good number, okay? People have recruited more, don't get me wrong. But Amy, I think 99% of her recruits have been in the USA and she lives in France. That means Amy does not get access to a host kit, half-price kit, flipping parties. So Amy has recruited 47 people on the big normal kit. No easy route. There's no, we can't take the elevator to success. We have to take the stairs, and Amy definitely takes the stairs when it comes to recruiting. And I know this lady recruits a lot of Facebook groups, and she's going to share that with you right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mute myself and pass you over to the French Texan.
Hey everybody, and thank you for such a great introduction, Scott. I have 10 minutes, so I'm going to talk to you all today about recruiting on the buy sell pages on Facebook. So I have almost 400 people in my entire group. So the difference between a team and a group is you have a group once people underneath you become director. So that is my group number is almost 400. My team number is right at 200. And out of everybody in my entire organization, besides my mom, my university, my college, we say college roommate in America, my college roommate, and my mom's friend in her hometown, from her hometown, everybody else was recruited on Facebook on a buy sell page. And a few others on a Facebook ad. The rest were all on Facebook for free on the buy sell pages. Take advantage. It works. So what is a buy sell page? The buy sell pages are, well, they're called several different things on Facebook, right? They're called online, garage sale, yard sales, shop, and swap, whatever it is. But most of them are called buy sell trade. Okay, so where do you find them? Well, you're going to find them just by searching the name, followed by the state or country, wherever, then followed by buy sell on. So Facebook has, if you go on your Facebook homepage, there is a search box on there. So you would just search the name of the town or area, wherever you're looking at, and Facebook will give you search results, and you'll find all the groups in your area or the social resorts that you are trying to look for. Sorry, I speak French during the day and I have to speak English at night, and if I sound like tired or whatever, I am. So I'm so sorry, but my words get all tangled all the time now. But so where people are like, okay, but where do I find the groups? Well, if you just click on Google Maps, kind of zoom into an area that you want to focus in, okay? So you'll probably be most comfortable with starting with your zip code, then your kind of county, region, and then around your country. But stick with people that you know first, so you're comfortable with, and then kind of branch out. I have an international team, but don't start big. Don't go big, go home yet. Start where you're comfortable with first, and then branch out. If you're in a country like the US, definitely talk to everybody in the US, because you're all from the same country. But start in your country first, and then go like that. So how often do you post? Well, you need to post every day, because a lot of people say, oh, well, I tried it and it didn't work. Okay, well, number one, you need to be posting every single day, and you need to be posting 40 times a day. 40 times a day, every day, is going to get you results, because that is the biggest mistake. People say, well, I tried it. I said, well, you didn't do it correctly. The second biggest mistake is people don't follow up. So Misty is on this call, and Misty is somebody who I wanted on my dream team. So I followed up with her after 24 hours, 48 hours, and weekly, bi-weekly for 3 months. It didn't seem like 3 months, and she even told me, it didn't seem like 3 months that you followed up, Amy, but 3 months really went by and you still followed up with me. And that it's important to follow up. That's the biggest mistake. People don't follow up. People saw your ad on the buy sell pages, they contacted you, they really want to join. And that's another thing that I love about the buy sell pages, is I don't have to go around asking. People are coming to us because people really do. People are searching to be a Scentsy consultant. They want this product. They want to join. They want to have all 80 testers. They want to have all the stuff. They are looking to join, okay? So you need to follow up. I advertise in my post that I have a free info pack. So what is the free info pack? You need to email them all the information about joining. You need to do it in an easy way. If you get this green book, I call it the green book because all of her books are very color coordinated. The green book by Mary Christensen, she talks a lot about what you need to say to potential team members. I highlighted stuff, I added it to my free info pack, so I am explaining exactly what I need to say about every aspect of joining, how much it is to get started, what are the fees, if there is fees, blah blah blah. I have a picture of the starter kit. Where people get it wrong is when people are contacting them on the buy sell pages, people are responding in the chat, all the information. It's too much, people don't want to read it. Keep the chat box short and sweet. Refer to them to the email. They need to read it. All the answers are in the email. Don't overwhelm them with info. Keep it simple. This is a process that I have duplicated to all of my team members. All of my team members know how to recruit on the buy sell pages. And if they're new or if they want to learn, we can teach them, but you have to keep it simple, like an 8-year-old can do it. My 5-year-old daughter just did samples on the floor. She knew how to cut the scent description, put the wax in the baggie, add the glitter, add the tape to the description. She could do that, and she's 5 years old. She knows how to make samples. So an 8-year-old should be able to recruit on the buy sell pages for you. They should be able to copy and paste, add the pictures, post. You can do batches of 10. So you do 4 batches of 10 will get you 40 posts a day. And your kids should be able to, right, copy and paste an email, add the pictures, add the attachments. You need to add the consultant guide. You need to add a little information about you, why you joined. Scott pestered me for about 2 years until I finally made a YouTube video about why somebody should join Scentsy. And it's true, and I wish I would have done it sooner. And I got so overwhelmed. Wow, what's a YouTube channel? Oh my gosh, I'm from the smallest town in Texas. There's not even a traffic light where I'm from. It's so small. It's a stop sign and then you're already out of the town. It's that small. So I was like, oh my gosh, YouTube channel. But it's so cool because now I've looked in just in the year and a half I've had this video, there's already almost 500 people that have watched it. Like, that is crazy. So I love that. So and all I did was just prop my phone up like I have it on now, and I just talked about why somebody should join Scentsy. Pretty simple. Anyway, but the posting on the buy sell pages, like, this is your insurance. Like, you have got to have your income for forever, right? So sales are your income for today, bookings are your income for tomorrow, but recruiting is your income forever. And that is so accurate because you want to be paid a title every month. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, your insurance, you need the wide front line. You have to have it. People get sick, right? With COVID, people get sick. People, just kind of become hobbyists, whatever. You need to be able to get paid a title every single month without stress. Like my husband always said, Scentsy is not stressful. You need to be having fun. Well, it's not. It's going to be fun when you have a wide front line. You never have to stress. Everything's good, right? So you always offer your host kit to your customers, but you always recruit. Do your recruiting ads every day on your buy sell pages, okay? And that's how you're going to get. People always wonder, well, how are you going to get the 5, 10, recruits every month? Well, between the host kit and posting on these buy sell pages every single day, that's how it's going to happen, okay? So when you're speaking to people, go ahead and look on their profile. Do you have friends in common with these people? Because in the beginning, when I first started, I really just stuck to my hometown area, and I would have friends in common with these people, and I'd just be like, oh, do you know so-and-so, blah, 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 just make small talk, go from there. But hold on, my notes got out of order. If you are a leader, you have a team, even if you just have one team member, you need to do a training video on how you do your buy sell page recruiting, because chances are you might have been also recruited from my buy sell page ad. So I have it like that. If you go on the Team Emeralds page, you will, and so if you go on the Team Emeralds group, and in the search box, every group has a search box. You can easily find posts, pictures, videos, whatever. If you search BSS on the Team Emeralds page, you will see years, literally years, because I've been in Scentsy almost 5 years. You will see years of examples that Scott and Alexandra have posted about what kind of, so when you're posting on the buy sell pages, you have to have a title, a price, and a description and pictures. So Scott and Alexandra have years and years and years of posts about like the description on what you're supposed to write in there. Like, join, I've got it memorized almost, join Scentsy for only $99 in December. The kit is valued at $400, blah, blah, blah. Get started today for a chance to earn, the next incentive coming out. It's pretty straightforward. What else was I going to say? Scott helped me a lot. You're going to want something in your business or in life that's going to kind of wake you up with recruiting, and know that looking at the compensation plan, okay, yeah, now I get it. I really do need to recruit. I need to help people get to star. Then we all helps them get to director. You go up like that. And my biggest thing was I am over here and I want to see my family. And you could be living in the same country as your family and you still want to see them more often, right? COVID has really made us reflect this year on wanting to spend more time with our friends and family and be more appreciative of the small things. So getting on these free incentive trips and getting to travel and see my family a lot more than before, that really woke me up. I'm like, okay, I need to know how to recruit and get paid at title and make enough money to do all the things that I want to do. So anyway, so in the beginning, my husband had no idea. He's like, what in the world are you doing? Like on Facebook, you said you're working, but you're on Facebook. And I said, yeah, I know. Well, just trust me because you know what? This is how Scott and Alexandra recruited my sponsor. This is how they have a big international organization. We just need to trust it because obviously if it's working for Scott and Alexandra, it'll work for us too. So trust your sponsor, your leader, your directors, trust everybody because I promise you if we're over here telling it, it's true. Honestly, I got up at Scentsy Family Reunion a year and a half ago. The last Scentsy Family Reunion we had was in for Europe was in Amsterdam, and I got up and talked about recruiting, but I didn't tell anybody what exactly I was doing because it's the best kept secret in Scentsy is recruiting on the buy sell pages. Nobody else does it but our team. So I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you all the secrets that I only give my own personal team. So if you do try it, do it. You just can't, it's a routine. It's like a hamster on a, what do you call it? A spinning wheel. You have to keep doing it every day because if you get off and you skip like a month, it's going to be really hard to get back into your groove because it's really something about your mindset. You need to get up every day, do your post at the same time every day. The best time to do it is right in the morning because people look on those buy sell pages for job ads. People, the first thing that you do in the morning, what do we all do? We go check our phone and we scroll on Facebook. So if people see you posting about, being able to work from home and getting this big Scentsy starter kit, starting your own business, getting a chance to go and travel and get on a free vacation, they're going to see that. And so most of the time is I will post it at around 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. And it's been great. It's been working for me for almost 5 years now, and it'll work good for you. You just got to post every day. You got to post every single day and have your information packet. Okay. It's actually one of the requirements on Scott and Alexandra's Rising Stars course. That is how I learned about how to really get organized, build my business, and want to become director and now star director. So Scott, did I do okay? I hope I didn't leave anything out.
Of course. Everybody can hear me? Give me a thumbs up. You can hear me, Amy, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. One of my favorite, two things about Amy, okay? One of my favorite ever Amy sayings is, there are very many ways to recruit. Don't ever plan your whole business plan on this, but it's always, the buy-sell boards are always a great bonus because you can't do parties every night. If you can, please share how you're booking 30 parties a month. Would love to hear you. And you'd definitely be welcome on one of these calls. So when you have some free time in the evening, instead of switching on Netflix, you can post on some buy-sell boards, as Amy says, first thing in the morning, post on some buy-sell boards. You never know who is going to see you. A great saying from Amy, this is like Amy's personal quote. She's like, if I don't post on a buy-sell board, my 30, 40 posts a day, she feels like she hasn't brushed her teeth. And when you don't brush your teeth, that is a horrible feeling. So get it into a habit. And what Sarah's going to talk about next will come into play with, chat to people. Like over 10 years in this business, we've been doing this for 10 years. We've recruited well over 500 people personally. And I could say probably 1 or 2 have just joined straight away like that. Okay? So if you don't get instant results, yeah, keep on doing it. And Sarah's going to explain more in the next bit. But something else I wanted to share from Amy is I would highly recommend getting the green book she shared Was it Become a Direct Selling Superstar by Mary Christensen? Be a Direct Selling Superstar. I remember reading this at the beginning of our Scentsy business, and it kind of really gives you that direction. And it's going to cost, you could get it, it's going to, whatever it costs, £10, £5, you're going to get, if you take action on it, you're going to get that money back 1,000 times over and more. Okay, so thank you for sharing that, Amy, and thank you for your awesome tips. So next we're going up to Geordie Land. We got star director Sarah Mason, who's once again hiding away in a car.
Yeah.
Usually, I think, oh, one last thing on Amy. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Sarah. I'll hand it to you in a second. If you go on Team Emerald and search a lot, Amy did a very detailed, obviously she only had 10 minutes tonight, she did a very detailed call on recruiting on buy sell board. So go in the Emeralds, search Amy, go through her lives, and you should find that call too. So anyway, back to Sarah in Newcastle's car. Oh my God, this lady is a recruiting rock star. Actually, I really don't like this lady at all because, you know, me and Alexandra held for 9 years this recruiting record. And last year, I think it was October, you know, this lady came in, had only been in a few months and just wiped our record out of there, didn't you, Sarah? Oh
I
my
did.
God. She wiped it apart.
It was a month.
How many people did you recruit in that month, Sarah?
24, I think.
24 people in 1 month. Look.
And then Lisa Garrity
Let's not talk about Lisa
bottom.
Garrity. Let's not talk about Lisa Garrity. Let's shine the light on Sarah, because most of you probably know what Lisa did this year. She kind of made Sarah's great achievement, you know. She kind of ate both me and Sarah up, if I'm honest with you. But
spat what out.
Say that again, Sarah.
She chewed up and spat what out.
Yeah, she did. She chewed us both up and spat us out when it came to recruiting in a month. But 24 recruits, 25 recruits in 1 month is pretty phenomenal. So obviously this lady knows what she talks about. And this year, so that was last year in 1 month. This year, Sarah's recruited 57 people, which is quite awesome. Great goal to have. I've seen this lady go from 0 to an absolute hero. If you knew this lady's story, oh my God, she needs to share her story. Yeah, you guys could definitely know that you can achieve great things in this business. So Sarah's going to talk about the 90-day cycle, which comes into play what Amy kind of talks about, and when you chat to people, why it takes 90 days. But I'm not going to explain that. Sarah's going to explain that. So over to you, Sarah.
Thank you. So I'm back in my car, Scott said, but I'm not down a ditch this time. I'm just parked on my little drive, so police won't be going past this time, hopefully. So recruiting is my favourite thing to do, and as Scott's just brushed upon it there, in October when I started, that was really, well, when I started this journey in April 2019, I started to speak to people and ask my customers to join. We had a mini kit offer on, a mini deal, but I was doing it for the wrong reasons. It was for my personal goal. I wanted my sensational start level 2, which is great to have, but I was wrapped up in that a bit, and you learn from your mistakes anyways, and I was recruiting people that weren't really in it, and it didn't work out with them recruits. And like I say, I learned from that, and then in October was when I first started to really get into recruiting, and I've recruited ever since. Every single month, I've never missed a month of recruiting. And recruiting is great because even though this company brings us so many other opportunities, not just money, we get friendship, the training we develop as people, and stuff like that. Recruiting is the best thing because you make money while you sleep. It's amazing that you can check your workstation and your PRV and your GWV and everything comes up, and it's grown overnight. But the best bit about it is seeing others get what they can from what you can from Scentsy, but helping others do that is the best thing in the world for me. I was going to be a nurse. I'll just brush upon this. Like Scott says, I have got a difficult life. I'm not going to ball into it, because once I start talking about that, I do get upset, because when you say it out loud, you just get on with your life, don't you? But I wanted, being a nurse was my dream, and I've always helped people. I've been in a care home working since I was 18, and that was my dream. And when I couldn't do it anymore, I was devastated, and this gives us a bit back, because I'm helping people and I just love it. So you've got to be genuine. If you don't want to help people, the factor is don't recruit, because you have to be able and want to help them get where they want to be. It's not hard at all. We all help each other as well. So I'm talking about the 90-day cycle. So Amy's just done a marvellous speech there on Marketplace, which is great. And I just want to brush up on that. The way to get out of the spamminess is don't go through Marketplace on your, you know how it comes up on your Facebook Marketplace. Don't do it through that and post on the site. So it's the same thing, because that's what flags up as spammy, and that's why you end up in jail. But if you go on to the actual groups, which Amy was saying, search for groups. So I'm in Newcastle buy and sell, and then click on that group and do separate posts in each individual group. So 40 groups, as she said, then that will reduce the spamminess of it. But first of all, before you do that, always ask your customers. Nicola Johnson was one of my biggest customers. I talk about her all the time, because she's still with us, she's still amazing. And she was my first real genuine recruit, where I could see she was spending, sorry again, Nicola, I have to tell everyone your secret, nearly £200 a month with me on warmers. And that's it. I said to her, you know, you could be earning money off your own warmers. If the amount, I think she spent about £400, £500 with me. And I said, if you bought this kit, you would have earned like your shooting star award off yourself. And I said, you'd be getting your, and then she had got recruits for me, like people buying off me as well. So she would naturally take them back, because they were her friends. So don't be scared to lose your customers, because what you might lose in PRV, you'll get back in GWV, and that's how you end up making your money while you sleep. So that's why you have to not be selfish. It's selfish not to ask your customers to join. So always start with your customers and what's in it for them. Think about your story. I know Lisa's going to touch up on this soon as well. Is there somebody in your situation? How Scentsy's helped you? Have you been furloughed? Have you lost your job? Obviously, we can't use furlough as a reason to get people to join, but genuinely, if one of your customers has recently lost their job and they're down in the dumps, and you know Scentsy can help them like it's helped you, it's selfish not to offer it to them. You know, you need to be genuine with it. It's a lot of repeating. Scott always says, and I've always repeat what Scott says, because we're learning from the best. Repeating, this business is simple. It's not a complicated business, and it's very repetitive. But like Amy said, if you get up every morning and you're doing your buy and sell groups, it's a routine, you get into it. So I'm sorry, I'm just checking my notes. And once you've started talking to people, so the first day is between 90. So if you haven't even had a conversation yet, start with your customers. Start like doing what Amy says and post on buy and sell groups, and ask your customers like referrals, things like that, and that will start and spread. Now people will be saying no straight away, they will, but that doesn't mean no forever. That just means no now. If somebody seems genuinely interested to start off with, and then say for example the kit price might put them off, and then they say not right now, you need to keep a record of all these people you're speaking to. So a lot of people contact me through my page, and you can actually star them. When you're in your inbox, it gives you an option, you know how you delete and stuff like that. It gives you an option to star them. And then if you put a star near their name, when I move further down, we'll go back to that. So keep a record of everybody you're talking to. Add them on your Facebook, your personal profile, and get to know these people, especially if they seem genuinely interested. we aren't salespeople. We're not hard recruiters. You don't need to you don't need to continuously message them, but you do need to be genuine and hold on to the fact that they did pay interest. So if it's their birthday, wish them happy birthday, like pictures that they're doing from a genuine point of view. Make sure that on your Facebook selling group, your Scentsy group. Also, I've got an opportunity group, which is amazing because everybody I speak to, I invite them to that. Not everybody likes it, but I've had a lot of people who I've spoke to who've come back and joined because they've seen another ad I've done, like not an ad, a status I've done about a kit or something like that on the opportunity book group, and they've come back to me because of it. So it just might not be the right time for them. No doesn't mean not forever. It just means not now. So you've got to keep every no in mind as a maybe, unless it's basically like, no, leave me alone, block. You can't. That's great. Bye. Because some people just genuinely aren't interested, or this is the point though. Sometimes you're speaking to people and they might think, I don't know you from Adam. You're throwing this amazing opportunity in my face. They don't know that I'm a genuine person and it is an amazing opportunity and it's genuinely changed my life. So once you add them as friends and they see that it's genuinely changed your life, this is why it's important to post on your group as well. And they'll see that. So by doing all this every single day and repeating it, it'll keep building up. So you need to keep building, collecting these no's, and just keep duplicating it over and over again over the first 30 days. And then when it gets to the 30 days, you need to go back to day one, go through all the records of everybody that you've got record of that have said no, and ask them again. In between, obviously, you're still building this relationship with them. If they comment on something, you need to comment and say, oh, thanks for liking it, how you doing, stuff like that. Don't message them with spam like, this warmer's £20, this £24, it's just coming in. Don't do that. Be genuine with your relationships with them. If they've liked one of your posts on your group, just say to them, you know, thanks for liking it, how you doing, that's it. Like I say, get that email, get their phone number, enter them into Amy on a workstation. So see if they want to be in any of your, if they want emails and stuff when you have joining offers on. So you've got a host kit and none of you've asked all your customers and they don't want it. Then go to the people who you've already genuinely spoke to and offer it to them. There's no harm in it. Like I say, like all their pictures and stuff, and find out what they want from Scentsy, because it's not about you, it's about them. So again, repeat it all, and then day 31 to 60 will start. And again, I've said it's a repetitive business. You need to just keep following on what we've already discussed: customers, marketplace, what's in it for them, building the relationships, the routine, writing down all their names. You'll find your own kind of system. I use Amy, and I'm very paper and pen still because I've got a busy life, so I just have to I've got notes everywhere, and then every so often I'll write them through, and I've got a little book that I actually got off Scott and Alexandra when I got director, and that's me name book. That's like got hundreds of names in, and I go back through them. And then again, from days 61 to 90, it's a repetitive thing again. Sorry, at the end of day 60, go back through day 31 to 60, them new people you spoke to, and talk to them again. And then what will happen is, once you've gone through all this cycle, the people that are saying no at the start of day one, they're all, because if you've genuinely built the relationship up, honestly spoke to them, you've got them on your Facebook, they may have even bought off you, because if somebody just come to me and said, do you want to join Scentsy, when I first started, you know, I was actually a customer first, always lead with the opportunity. So the first people you have to ask are your customers. The second people you're asking are strangers, but you could lead with the opportunity and end up with a customer. But that's a cycle in itself, because once they're a customer and see how amazing the products are, then the recruiting conversations comes back in. So that's a cycle in itself. And like I say, then it's the 90 days, and then that's what happened the last what month are we on? December. November, I recruited 6 people, and so far December I've recruited 3 people, and most of them were people I've actually spoke to before, and that was because it was coming up to the end of the 90-day cycle. So through buy and sell ads, and I think I sponsored an ad I did sponsor an ad over, I'm just trying to think, it was in the 90-day cycle. I think it was August, my last sponsored ad was. So a lot of that, because I haven't sponsored an ad for 2 months, is the backfall of that, because I've kept in contact with them. People, I've built a relationship with them. Some of them I've sent them down a sample box for free once I'm talking to them as well. And they've seen that I am genuine and not telling them fibs. And then it all falls into place. And I think that's it. No's develop. I've got in big letters here. No's develop into yeses.
That is exactly true. No's do develop into yeses. And a big nugget out of Sarah's talk was, look at those numbers, 6 and 3, 9 people in the last 5 weeks for Sarah, 9 recruits. Well done, Sarah. And the big nugget I got out of that is, you know, I say to Sarah said it then, is repetition. This business is easy to do. The problem is it's also easy not to do. So I see it as like going to the gym and run it, or on a weight. There's only so many exercises I can do for my chest. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. But in order for me to get a big chest, okay, maybe not the best example, in order for me to get a big chest, I've got to turn up to the gym every single week. Yeah? So it's the same with your business. But I got to do the same things every single week. Same with your business, okay? And if you are working out, it normally takes 90 days to start to see results, just like this business does. So exercise and business are always a great comparison. So thank you very much, Sarah. Before we move on to Lisa, I want to give Charlotte Tolfrey a big shout out, because I saw this awesome post from Charlotte yesterday about mindset, and it was so true. At 9:49 p.m., I can't remember the post, it's quite long, but it was an awesome post, and I just want to say I love your attitude towards life and your business, Charlotte. So thank you very much for sharing that yesterday. Okay, so this next lady, guys, I don't know why I've asked her to talk about recruiting, to be quite honest. I don't think she knows too much about it, and she's really struggling, especially this year. Oh my God, she's been really finding it hard with her recruiting. So I don't know why I've asked her to share any tips with you guys, because I don't know what you're going to learn at all. Okay? For those who know me, I'm being sarcastic. This lady has recruited over 140 people this year, and like Amy, this is like a Scentsy daughter. I've seen this lady grow up from maybe for 2 years, maybe struggling with her business, struggling with her recruiting. And suddenly, when the jigsaw fell into place, it popped. Okay? So, got to make up a bit of time here. We're on 9:50. But I know she'll get straight to the point. Here we are talking about the power of your story. Lisa. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Okay, so like Scott, I absolutely love recruiting and I could go on forever. So I'm going to try not to. But I also love what I'm going to share with you guys tonight as well. And it's recruiting by sharing your story. So first of all, I am just going to explain to you what your story is, which I'm sure you guys already know, but it's easier for me to just explain it as if you don't, just in case there's a few of you that think, what is she talking about? So using your story to recruit is absolutely essential because it makes you personable to each and every person that you're speaking to. it is really, really easy when you're recruiting to tell people lots of facts, how much the kit is, how amazing the products are, the incentive trips we earn, and all these things, which are absolutely amazing. But unless they get to know you and you get to know them, it doesn't mean anything. And if you had me here and Sarah here and we're having a conversation with the same person, it doesn't differentiate us at all. But by telling your story and then trying to pull their story from them, it does differentiate you. Now, yes, you may lose some recruits to someone else like Sarah because they can relate to her better, but that's okay because there's always going to be someone else that you were going to relate to. So the way you get your story is, first of all, is you dig deep and you find out why you're doing Scentsy. So if you're in our team, so mine and Sarah's group, you will have had this thrown at you day after day after day. We make it so important for you guys to find out why you want to do this and really dig deep. It's so easy to say, oh, I'm doing Scentsy because I want to earn some more money, but it's always something more than that. It's about what that money is going to do. So is it because you want your kids to do extracurricular things? Is it to pay off debts? If it's not a money thing, what else is it? So for example, for me, my why when I joined was basically because I was bored. But when I started to kind of blossom in my business, I realized that my why was to manage my social anxiety. No way in a million years, even 2 years ago, would I have been on a Zoom call telling you guys advice on recruiting. I just would not have been able to do that. So for me, Scentsy helped me overcome it on a daily basis. I also have a neurological condition as well, so I can't work a normal day-to-day job. And again, Scentsy enables me to just not feel sorry for myself because I might have hospital appointments and this is happening and that's happening. So that is my why. So I would say to you guys, if you haven't done already, is really dig deep and find out why you're doing it, because it is part of your story. In order for you to relate to other people, you need to know what your story is, and then you'll begin to be able to take it from them. So your story has 3 parts to it. It has a who you were before Scentsy, who you are now that you have your Scentsy business, and who you're going to be in the future because of your Scentsy business. I'm not going to bore you with my 10-minute long story, but very, very quickly, before I joined Scentsy, I had no self-confidence at all. I wasn't very happy. I wasn't an inspiration to my kids or anything like that. Then I joined Scentsy, and Scentsy giving me that confidence. It's making my kids look at me and go, oh my God, look what Mum's achieved. It's amazing. And my future with Scentsy is that I can provide all of this stuff for my kids, and they want to do things because they can see how successful I'm being, and they want that for themselves. So that is my story. And you'll see there's lots of different things in that story. So, you know, it's a money thing. Because I can't work, I can now provide to the house because of Scentsy. There's the mental health thing. I've got social anxiety, and Scentsy helps me overcome it every day. There's the health, because I've got a neurological condition. And there's the kids. I'm able to be at school activities, and if the kids are unwell and they need me, I'm here. So when I'm speaking to people, that's 4 things from that little short story that I can relate to other people with. So your first task when you leave this, because I'm going to give you one, is to find your why and your story, because it will help you so much when you're recruiting. You can also relate to people through other people's stories. So I always use Sarah as an example. So Sarah didn't share her story, but Sarah has a son at home with autism, and she is busy non-stop. That girl doesn't stop. She really doesn't. And when I'm speaking to people and they might say, oh yeah, I'm a mum and, you know, I've got a little boy or a little girl with autism, I share Sarah's success story and say, well, you know what, we have this amazing director on our team. This is what she deals with every day, but you know what she's achieved. And I can relate to that person through Sarah's story. So it's always great to do a challenge within your team to get to know each other's whys and each other's stories, and give each other permission to use them when you're speaking to other people. So when you are recruiting, you're not selling anything, you're sharing an opportunity. And Scott mentioned this at the beginning, like, people should be thankful for you sharing this opportunity. Sometimes we can feel really like, oh, I don't want to ask them to join because what if they say no? What if they think I'm mithering? But you know what? They should be thankful that we are offering this amazing opportunity for them to develop in the way they want to develop. So the way you're going to try and help them with this opportunity is by asking them questions. And to do that, you need to look for clues. The first thing that I do is I look at their profile picture. Is there anything on their profile picture that gives away anything? So sometimes you'll see that they've got a picture of themselves with a young baby. So you could presume that there may be a mum. So I'll ask questions, things like, oh, look at that little baby there in your profile picture, you know, how cute. So I won't outright ask if that's just son or daughter, because it might not be, but gets that conversation going. And that conversation then might lead to the fact that this lady might be a single mum who has recently had a baby and she's not really got any friends at the moment, because you know what it's like when you're a young mum and you kind of lose touch with your friends. Well, guess what? You can offer Scentsy not only to provide finances for that young baby, but also friendship that that young mum is really craving. So look on the profile on Facebook and see what you can gather. Ask questions. And if you're thinking, oh, you know what, I feel like I've asked so many questions, but I'm running out, ask them if it's okay for you to share your story, so you can just give them an idea of what Scentsy's done for you. And I've never had anyone say no. They've always gone, yeah, sure. And the minute I share my story, they can relate with something. Now, if I do know a little bit about them, I won't bore them with my full-on story. I'll choose that one thing out of all the things that I mentioned to you, whether it's my anxiety, my health, my kids, or just needing that extra money. I'm speaking to them and I've maybe seen that they're a mum, so I'm going to tell them all about the child side of my why. However, if they say to me they have anxiety, I'm 100% going to share that side. If I start sharing with someone all about how I love being at home working for Scentsy because it works around my kids and they don't have any kids, they're not going to relate whatsoever. So if you can share that side of your story that they can relate to, they can suddenly go, oh my gosh, you know what? I can see how that would work for me. So we've all heard the saying that facts tell but stories sell, and it could not be more true. So the main thing of my recruiting is just sharing that story as soon as you can. You will probably find as you start to do it, if you've never done it before, it might be a little bit uncomfortable and you'll almost be waiting for that moment where you can then share. But as you do it day by day, it does get easier. So always find that problem by looking on the profile picture, looking on the actual profile, asking questions, things like, do you work at the moment? Do you have any children? Just any questions you can to try and get that information out of them so then you can share the relevant part of your story. The four F's, and I have got them written down because I always forget them, and I actually checked with Scott earlier today just to make sure that I said them right, because I think I said them wrong last time, is most people will join for funds, flexibility, fun, or friendship. So if you have them in the back of your mind, when you're questioning people, you can find which one of them are they most desiring. And to be honest, a lot of the time at the moment, it's the friendship, because people are at home, they're not able to see anyone. And if you can explain to people, me and Sarah had a Zoom on Friday, we have a team Zoom every Friday, and we was talking about how amazing it is just to all catch up and have a chat every Friday at 8 o'clock. And I think, in fact, I think it might have been Vicky who's on here now. She, I apologise if it wasn't. She was like, oh, I'm not too sure if I want to recruit. And I was like, well, you're not recruiting for you. You're recruiting for someone else. The minute you say you don't want to recruit because you're nervous, you're recruiting for the wrong reasons. Like Sarah said, it has got to be about them. You're giving Scentsy to someone else to fill a void in their life, whatever that may be. And if you're doing that, then you're not going to let your own insecurities stop you from building a team and recruiting. So that is basically the big nugget about my sharing your story to recruit. When you're having all those conversations and the conversation is coming to an end, it's exactly what Amy said, making sure you're taking the email address, that you can follow that up with an email. But if you've had a lot of information from them and they've told you exactly why they want to join, without actually realising what they have done, end that conversation by saying, you know what, I can't wait to speak to you again on Tuesday or whenever it is you're going to catch up. I'm going to send you an email over in a second. But I honestly cannot wait for you to look into doing this Scentsy, so it can really help you to build those friendships that you're really missing, because you're ending the conversation on a real high, that they know that you've listened, you've asked questions, and you've understood what it is they want. And that is my 10 minutes.
Love it. Thank you very much, Lisa. And your story is always powerful. Everybody's story is always powerful. You gotta always always share your story. You might not think it's inspirational, but other people will, and you'll always find that. 2 more shout outs, guys. Shout out to Joanne Rowe, who I've seen over the last few months smash her business. Her team's growing. That's probably come down to her hard work, but I've also seen Lisa do some awesome recruiting courses. That's probably helped along the way too. But keep building that business, Joanne. You do great things. And another shout out to a Dutch lady, Chantal de Jong, who I have seen really build her team, especially in the front part of this year. And if she keeps on, if she can get that momentum going again, she's going on to very big things within this business. So I would love to shout out everybody, but we haven't got tons of time. And it's late here, so I've got to get at the top of my head. So this next lady, oh my God, this lady is a recruiting queen. Just look at Tash Day. Doesn't she not look like she's in a warehouse at 9 o'clock at night? She's just sat there. You know what, guys? If your products are sold out, Tash has got her own warehouse there. She might have some products for you. You never know. This lady, oh my God, this lady is like the recruiting queen, okay? Since May, this lady's recruited 57 people. Yep, she's gone from a team of 6 to a team of over 60, okay, in a matter of 6 months. The sales are quite nice too, which is quite nice. So this lady's going to share a tactic with you, and I'm going to give you the nugget before Tash speaks, okay? The nugget is, you're going to find out more from Tash, is never leave a party without sharing the host rewards, the host kit with anybody. That'd be on Facebook, other customers, or potential recruits. And I'm sure Tash is going to talk more about that right now. So we've got 10 minutes to Tash, and then we are moving on for our last one. We're off to Australia. How cool is that? We can just go, and I'll take you halfway across the world. And we're going to have a few minutes of Amanda Della Cruz after Tash, and then that will be at 90 minutes. It'll probably be about 80 minutes, I reckon. Another 20 minutes of great value to grow your business. So here is Tash Day. Can you unmute yourself, Tash?
Yeah, have done.
Okay, boom. I'll leave the lady in the warehouse to get on with her talk.
I'm not in a warehouse. They're all orders. I don't have a load of stock, trust me, at all. Right, so I'm going to talk to you, as Scott said, about the host kit. And for those of you that are probably quite new to Scentsy and probably don't know too much about the host kit, the host kit is basically a smaller version of the full-size kit. The host kit for me is an absolute game changer, like 100% recruitment game changer. Just to kind of give you a little bit of insight, I do use the host kit, as Scott said, pretty much all the time. So in the last 3 months, I have recruited over 15 people using the host kit. And I know a lot of people kind of like are a little bit wary about the host kit in that they think that it's not going to necessarily add those kind of rock star teamies that everybody is desperate to have. But my team alone, so 15 host kits in the last 3 months, and at least 10 of them have been active every single month since joining using the host kit. And a couple of them have easily hit the 2000 PRB club. So just to kind of like eradicate that sort of perception that potentially the host kit is a cheap, easy kit for people to get hold of, it's really not, and it does produce rock stars. Okay, so probably about 65% of my frontline have started out as customers. So when we say to you, ask your customers, my story probably varies quite a lot from Amy's, for example, where she obviously talked about the buy and sell boards and the majority of her team coming from building relationships with people from them. I'm really big into building relationships, but I've been quite fortunate in some respects that I've managed to build a lot of my relationships with my team from initially being customers. And I've just basically asked them. I've asked them if they want to join this amazing opportunity. Sorry, I was just turning my phone on silent because it was pinging in the background. I think that was you, Lisa. So yeah, so a lot of them have started off as customers. I've offered them the kit. I do tend to go in and start a lot of my conversations with customers based around the kit. So again, I'm probably a little bit a little bit different to some of the other guys in that respect. I use it as a starting point. It doesn't mean they all join using the host kit, but I do use it as a starting point. So why do I offer, like, why is it good to offer that? Well, customers obviously already know how amazing our products are. They already love them. If they're a brand new customer, they've probably not found out how amazing they are, but they're soon going to. So I always ask them, whether they are making an initial purchase of a, say, mini warmer and wax for £31.25, I ask them if they want to spend another £20, for example, and get the host kit. Lots and lots and lots of them do say yes. Host kit, for me, is a starting point. Lots of people ask what the difference between the host kit and the larger kit is. Obviously, the quantity and what you get inside the kit is obviously different. And for an extra 35 quid, they can get the big kit. I also make sure that for every party for every party host I have, I always make sure that the host is aware from the beginning that they can actually use their credit from the party to purchase a kit if they wanted to. And if the host, for whatever reason, doesn't want the kit, I always make sure that I offer the kit to every single guest that's at the party. So if somebody is already doing for example, a basket party, the chances are, by doing a basket party, they are taking those products to show people. They are talking to people about those products. They are bigging them up and they're talking about how amazing they are. They are doing what we do. They are sharing. They are already doing a consultant's role. They're sharing the products that they love with the people around them, with their friends, with their family. So why would they not want to do what we're doing and take advantage of all the amazing things that we're getting from it, whether that be the financial side of it, the friendship side of it. I can't remember the 5 Fs now, Lisa, even though you've just told me again, but but the 5 Fs that Lisa just spoke about, why would they not want to take advantage of that? But they might not know that that's an option unless you give it to them. So you have to make sure that you are sort of laying your cards on the table, make sure they're aware of what is on offer. If I'm doing an online party, I always make sure that I do a live video, and that's where I share my story. So again, talking about what Lisa spoke about, I share my why, my story, and people can then relate to what I'm talking about, why I'm here and what I'm doing. So yeah, definitely always. I never ever, my top tip is to never ever close a party without offering the host kit. So in reference to what Sarah spoke about, the 90 days cycle, when I am at each point of that cycle, I will make sure that every time I close a party, I go back through my book and I talk to the people again and make sure they know that I've got a kit available. There's nothing I love more, and this is, I mean, everybody has said the same, and it's genuinely the biggest thing I get from my business is seeing somebody else succeed, is seeing somebody reach their goals, and just that, it makes me a bit emotional. I'm not going to get emotional tonight, but there's nothing I love more. I literally beam with pride every time anybody on my team hits one of their targets, of whatever that might be, whether that's to become active, whether that's to hit the 2000 PRB club. It doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing I love more. So when I'm talking to somebody and I'm building that relationship and I'm getting to grips with what Scentsy could do for them, what this business could do for them, I want to be able to make that possible for them. And it genuinely, sometimes there is genuinely that thing that people can't afford the £85 kit. They genuinely want this opportunity, they want to, but they may be a single parent, they may not be working, they may be like sort of living off benefits and things like that, and they haven't got that disposable income available to be able to do that. So there's nothing I love more than being able to offer them that opportunity at obviously the discounted rate. By using the host kit, you can either you can sell it to them for £50, or you can take some of that discount off using the host credit. It's entirely up to you how you work that. Obviously, you can't advertise it publicly on Facebook or anything like that the kit's available for anything less than £50. But you can, by message, you can by private message offer them that kit at a reduced rate, and that's entirely up to you. there's also the other option. So when I am talking to people that are particularly keen, but they, again, generally probably can't afford the kit, or they want the host kit and I might not have one available, I give them the opportunity to earn a kit. So by doing that, they can have a basket party or a pouch party or any online party, absolutely any type of party. And that way I make sure that they know that they can use their credits to be able to put it towards the host kit. So I'm just checking my notes to make sure I haven't missed the key points. I don't know how long I've been, but I'm conscious that we're trying to catch up on a bit of time. So I'm kind of like rushing through. So yeah, I suppose in a nutshell, the main things, one thing I did want to say is there is absolutely loads of information on the workstation around the host kit and party flipping. So party flipping is where you flip the entire party. So if your host has held their own party and they have collected those orders from their friends and family, you can actually flip, they can enroll as a consultant and you can flip the whole of that party so that it actually gives them a really great boost towards their shooting star, and gives them that sort of like fantastic leap into their new business. So I think Amanda's going to chat a little bit more about that, so I won't go on to too much with regards to that, but there is the option to flip the party. On the workstation, if you literally search host kit or host flipping or party flipping in the search on the workstation, there are about 3 or 4 different lessons. There's loads of information, and I do highly recommend that you read up on it. But yeah, definitely the host kit is a massive game changer, and I would 100% say don't ever close a party without offering that kit. I always make sure I've got at least 2 parties that are qualifying. I forgot to mention that bit. Has to be a qualifying party, so you have to be able to reach that 245 mark to open up the credits. But I always make sure I've got at least 2 parties open, so that at any point in my conversations, when I'm chatting to people and building those relationships, I've got that as an option to be able to offer it if I want to. If that's the avenue we want to go down, to be able to enable as many people as possible to take this great opportunity, I want to always make sure that I've got, at the drop of a hat, at the click of a button, I can enrol somebody using the host kit if needed. I think I've covered it, Scott.
Thank you very much, Tash. Oh my God, if you're in this lady's team, she's an awesome coach. I would strongly recommend that you take everything on board, and you might find yourself doing a lot of PRV recruiting quite a lot very soon. So definitely top-notch coach. I don't just say these things, I back them up with numbers. Yeah, I'm not just here to flatter everybody. I back them up with numbers, okay? 2 things. I know it's 10:14. It's 9:14 for you guys in the UK. So if you think it's 10:14, it's not. It's 10:14 to me. Past my bedtime, but I'm loving hearing this awesome value. I just want to share on this call today. You know, we have on our front line, personal front line, we would have Amy, Tasha, Danny Bonner, but unfortunately she can't be with us today. So there are 3 people due to do this call, and they are on our personal front line. And we have very many other rock stars on our front line in Australia, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Canada. Okay, so but what I want to, how come we've got these 3 people on our front line? It's because we recruited hard. It's all a numbers game, guys. It's not because we're anything special. It's not because, you know, Tash Day saw me and Alexander do some magic dance and like some big potion and, you know, do cartwheels everywhere.
I've not seen that yet, Scott. I'm hoping to.
She would love to see. I would love to see me do a cartwheel. I'm sure that would get. Actually, I'm sure a lot of people would join to see me do a cartwheel.
I'm going to video it next time.
Next time, you know. But what I'm saying is, you know, these guys just we have never got lucky in business. We have always took the stairs, never the lift. So it all comes from working hard in numbers. The whole business is a numbers game. From speaking to people, from recruiting people, from creating direct, from the very bottom of recruiting to the very top of building leaders. It's all a numbers game. So I just want to insert that into your heads. Everything is a numbers game. It's full of no's. Love the no's. Those no's will turn into yeses. So thanks for that, Tash. Next, we're going to head over to Brisbane. Sorry, just a message. Next, we're going to head. Oh, sorry, 2 shout outs. That's it. We got Christina in New Mexico, superstar consultant last month. Well done, Christina. Is she still on here? I think. Yep, Christina Garcia. Well done, Christina. Superstar consultant. I think this lady only joined June, July, and is on the verge of becoming a recruiting rock star. So congratulations, Christina, on here. I think her name's Chrissy in New Mexico. And we also have on here Misty. I can't see you on here at the moment. Misty in the USA too, who recruited 4 recruits last month too. So congratulations, guys, and keep up that awesome recruiting work over in the United States of America. So anyway, we've been to the United States of America, we've been to New Mexico, we've been to Texas, we've been all over the UK, we've been to Peterborough, we've been to Newcastle, we've been to France, you've been to Spain, and now we're off to sunny Brisbane with Amanda Dela Cruz, who is going to, this lady, she didn't join us in May, but she basically started a business in May, yeah? And she's recruiting, okay, she might not recruit a load of people like we've been talking, 50, 47, but this lady's recruited 16 people in that period. Or maybe more, might be 18. But I know for a fact that 15 of those people have hit Shooting Star and hit certified. So this lady recruits quality and gets them working. So please, she's going to share her tips on how to get your recruits started. And then we are going to finish up for the evening because it's well past my bedtime. But thank you, Amanda. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. I apologise in advance if it's a bit noisy here. I work in the city and I've just got to work. So I do apologise if it's a bit noisy. So, okay, thanks girls. So you've recruited your new teamies. Now what? So this is where you're just not recruiting them for you, you're recruiting them for themselves. So you want to be able to get them to tell you their goals, tell you why they want to be in this business and help them achieve those goals. So all my new starters, they get a little piece of paper like this. I've got it here, 2-page piece of paper, a little bit about myself, about my why, and also about some of the things that they can achieve in the first 30 days of their business, or first 90 days of their business. So it doesn't go too much into detail. You don't want to overwhelm them to start with, but it tells them about all the rewards and everything like that. If you don't know what the rewards are and you're not sharing them with your team, you know, they're not able to achieve those rewards. So, yeah, so it's all about them and them wanting to hit their shooting star and them want to hit their sensation start. As Scott mentioned, I joined over a year ago, but I really only started my business in May, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't have the opportunity or I didn't have the push to get my shooting star and my sensational start. You know, I see all my new teamies getting their amazing awards, and yeah, I'm a little bit jealous, but that's okay. So what I constantly do is I'm constantly checking my workstation. I'm checking their numbers, checking what they, where they're at, and doing shout outs, private messaging them and talking to them about, hey, do you realize that you're this close to shooting star? Let's grab it. You know, these are the things that you can earn if you reach this, these figures and stuff. So they, sorry, I've got notes here as well. So I'm always talking to them and because they might not realize how to check the workstation themselves. So I'm always like checking in and checking their numbers and just mentioning to them what they can achieve. Remember, it's not about you, it's about them, it's about their goals and what they can achieve. Yeah, we get a little bit of a, you know, a perk if they get their shooting star or whatever else, and it's a great achievement for us to be able to see our teamies do so well, but it's all about them and what they can achieve. Sorry. So yeah, so what I always do is, you know, as I said, I send off this paperwork to them. And then I speak to them one-on-one and ask them their goals and ask them, you know, if they want to, you know, try to get them to reach those shooting star and then sensational start. So when you're recruiting, just making sure that you are as Lisa has mentioned, is finding out their why and making sure that you know why they're in the business. You know, if they're a hobbyist, they might not want to reach these goals, but you know, it doesn't hurt to push them along a little bit, because they might not realize their real potential. Like me, I was a hobbyist, not anymore. So I'm now a director of an amazing team. So I do shout outs every week with my teenies, and they actually like they like to compete against each other, which I find is really helpful as well. And just remembering, guys, you know, once you have one person underneath you, that makes you a leader. So you lead by example. You try and help them, try and show them the way without giving them all the answers. So direct them to the workstation, make sure that they've done their first things first checklist. And make sure that they're doing their training. Also is making sure that, you know, any of the courses that are available, you know, helping them along and trying to get them to come to those courses, because it certainly helps them with their business. Sorry guys, I'm a bit frazzled this morning. Yeah, so yes, just, you know, telling them their top tips. So some of my top tips for you will be writing their list of 100, and they'll discuss this with their so their friends, their relatives, their acquaintances, their network, and their kids, and add them to all the group pages as well. So that helps them along with their start. I think that's about it, Scott. Sorry, I'm a bit like.
No worries, Amanda. Thank you for stepping in at last minute. Golden nugget there. Once you get your first team member, guess what? You're a leader. Okay, so we've had some awesome talks there. The recording will go up. Give me 12 hours. So what I want you guys to do is tune in and maybe go through it again, play each call. But one thing I want you to get your mindset correct. You know, you've had all these tips. You can go on YouTube, you can find more tips. It's really simple. You can read that book Amy recommended. I can give you 101 different other books. But it means nothing unless you take action. It means nothing unless your mindset is correct. And it means nothing if you don't have your own bit of self-belief. Okay? So you can be coached and taught and shared as many tips as you want, but if you don't actually put them into action, then it's not going to happen. And that's the beauty of this business. Anybody can achieve absolutely anything. So the people spoke tonight, I don't think, well, that's them. Oh my, look, trust me. I remember some of these guys, okay, a few years ago, and they're exactly in the same position as you, and you can change your business around. So what I want you to do is I want you to commit to your business. I want you to commit to your team building. Make it a big part along with your sales. I want you to set recruiting goals each month. And I want you to enjoy sharing this awesome opportunity, because that's what it is. I wouldn't be here today. The lifestyle I live is up because someone shared a spammy opportunity with us. Don't share spammy ones. We actually got a spammy share, you know, and I'm so grateful they shared it. So as I said at the beginning, and I think Sarah might repeat it, Lisa might repeat it. If you're not asking people, you're being selfish. Okay? Don't let your Scentsy business be your biggest secret. Allow everybody to join the opportunity. More people are going to say no. Before I leave, like I said, it's all a numbers game. 1 year, okay, just forget about Lisa Garrity for a second, guys. Just pretend Lisa doesn't exist. We recruited 87 people in 1 year, okay? And we were put on stage. Oh my God, look at Scott and Alexandra, 87 people. Oh my God, blah, 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 look how great they are. What people don't realize is people thought, oh my God, they must have been cheating. Oh my God, they must have been buying kits. All the rumors go around when you do well. But what people don't realize, as we stood on that stage as, you know, top recruits in Europe for like the 5th year in a row, okay, is that we actually received 1,420 no's. Yeah? We took hits of 1,420 no's to get those 80 yeses. And that is the real maths behind recruiting. It's all a numbers game. Learn to love rejection, learn to share it, and you will grow a phenomenal business. So thank you very much for committing to 9 minutes of your life to grow your business. And we will be back in January. Exciting. Get motivated for your business. Don't go to sleep over Christmas, guys. We've got to stay awake. You know, there's not a certain day when someone decides they're going to join. You don't know when the right time is going to be. Okay? So ask people. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Eve. It doesn't matter if it's the 18th of December, the 29th of December. Some of the rock stars in Scentsy joined in December. So make sure you're sharing that awesome opportunity and take advantage of all the courses which will be available in January from some of these awesome directors and above in here and ourselves. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening. Bedtime up for me. Recording will be up in 12 hours. Bye-bye, guys. Boom.